I was in the kitchen cooking dinner and just practicing while I was cooking, and I twisted my ankle and hit the floor, and I heard a pop, and I thought, oh man, it's like, it was where you feel nauseous because like I seriously thought I broke it and it hurt.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me in this podcast. Thank you for supporting me and showing me all your love. Please subscribe to this channel for an update of new videos. Today I have a very special guest joining in into this podcast. If you guys listening into the podcast, thank you so much for joining me in there. Today I have a very special guest. Is Ricky Pon, aka the Dancing Dad. So without further ado, let me invite him into the podcast. Thank you, Ricky, for joining me in this podcast. I'm very excited to have you here. How did this whole thing put in place?
Well, you know, like I said, I've been dancing since I was 8, and through high school, up through college. I was on a college dance team. But, you know, once I got married and had kids and started my career, dancing kind of took a back seat. And it wasn't until really March 29th of this year, when COVID was kind of at its kind of craziness here.
That's
and
right, yeah.
The kids were, you know, they weren't going to school anymore because they were all shutting schools down, and they were home and bored, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and my wife and I were just kind of watching TV, and they come into the room and they're just like, "Hey Dad, come and do a TikTok video with us." And I'm like, "No." You know, can't you see we're busy, and that, you know, TikTok's stupid. Don't do that. And my son goes, "Well, Dad, you have to, because we made you an account. You got to post something."
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm like, okay. And so we went out and they taught me a dance, and we recorded a dance, and it did pretty well. And so I'm like, okay, so which one are we doing next? You know? And so we did another one, and it did pretty well. And so they kind of thought it was just going to be a fad, like I would get bored of it after a couple of weeks.
Right.
But I just started doing one dance every day and posting one dance every day, and just tried to just be consistent. And that's kind of how it all started, you know. And that's, I guess the rest of it is kind of history in a way. Yeah.
That is right. That is true. I actually came across of your video. It was shared on one of our social media. You did a dance for a Master movie. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm from a Tamil community, so I watch Tamil movies and sort of. So you did a Vati Coming song, if you remember. It was a Master song. The one you said on the description. I understand this movie is going to be released soon.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the song. That was the video was shared in another social media from another group, from a Tamil group. So I came across. I was like, wow, you got the moves right. Then I was like, okay. Then I went on your profile as check. Then I didn't want to watch any of them, or like because I don't want to see any of the interview and stuff, because I want to have a fresh contact with you without knowing anything about you, so I can get everything from you, you know what I mean, rather than knowing you, who you are. So It will be like more exciting, I thought, you know? So every time you come on interview, I'm like skipping it, because I don't want to know anything. I want to hear it from the man himself, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I want to like skipping through and just watch the songs, your dance and everything. It was pretty awesome to see. And my question is, now you started and it went viral and everything. How's rather than your kids and your wife, but your family member and your co-worker or your friends, how do they react to this? Did they call you, or did they messages you, or?
You know, my family, they just kind of take it in stride, because, you know, like I said, I grew up dancing. Dancing was kind of a big part of my life, and I used to do dancing competitions all the time.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay.
So I was a clogger. I don't know if you know what that is. It's kind of like tap dancing or river dance. Very, you know. I went all over the United States and did clogging competitions. And so I was used to performing and doing, and my parents would go and you know, take me everywhere, and we would dance. And so my parents, my mom just likes seeing it. She comments on all my videos and, you know, is a great support. And, you know, I don't think they understand how big I've become, say,
Right.
or, you know, those type of things. And to me, it's really kind of crazy, and it hasn't registered because, you know, as far as my coworkers, they know, some of them know that I do this on social media, and most people don't. I don't broadcast it a ton, because I just, you know, I don't want it to interfere with anything. I just go to work, come home, and do that. So
So it's like you're living a two life, right?
kind of, yeah.
It is kind of, yeah.
You know, my kids are like, Dad, we've got to focus a little more on our American audience. And I'm like, why? You know, it's whatever, it's working. So why should we fix it?
Why should we change it? Yeah.
Yeah, broken, let's don't fix it. And I said, who cares if we become super famous over in India, because then we can walk the streets here in America and not
Peacefully.
we can be normal people. So, but you know, I don't think it's going to ever go that far as getting mobbed or whatever. But it's definitely given them a perspective, maybe how, you know, their favorite actors might feel or something like that. You know, kind of. They just want to be normal, and sometimes it's really hard for them to be. So I told them, you know, enjoy it, because we don't have to deal with walking down the street and not being able to do anything because people are all over the place.
Like you can go for example, grocery shopping, or they will say, "Oh, you're the guy from TikTok," you know.
Yeah, you know, we've been recognized, I think, a couple of times, but not a whole bunch. I mean, my daughter went through like a fast food drive-through, and somebody asked her, "Hey, wait a minute, isn't your dad on, you know, TikTok?" And she's like, "Just give me my food." Because, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, really, that's what I started doing the TikToks and stuff to embarrass the kids, because they started my account, and I'm just like, if you guys want me to do this, then you're going to be embarrassed. You know, their friends follow. And so when they tell me, "Don't do that, Dad," then that's exactly the dance that I do.
Right. That was the next question I was going to ask. Did your kids feel embarrassed? Did they been like, you know, made fun of in their school or by their friends? How did their friends reacted to
it? You know, I don't know if they've necessarily been made fun of. I don't. Dallon's over here if you want him to come in and talk.
Yeah, of course. I was waiting to see him as well. Yeah.
Go grab a stool real quick. So.
I thought he couldn't join. That's why I didn't ask.
No.
Hey, hi.
He's here, and I think Audrey's upstairs.
She's in the kitchen, I think.
Anyway, yeah. You go ahead and tell him what your friend's reaction is. I don't know.
Well, most of it's positive. Like, of course they'll like make fun of me, but like more in like a joking manner, not like a serious manner. Like they'd be like, "Dude, your dad's so famous." I'm like, "No, he's not." And then like they'll be like, "Yeah, he is." I'm like, and then sometimes if like a dance doesn't look right, they'll be like, "Okay, maybe I'll unfollow you now." And then like as a joke. And but yeah, most of it's positive. A few of my teachers follow him, so that's kind of awkward in class. Every once in a while, they might bring something up.
So it's more like you have to kind of behave in class, because it's easy to reach your dad now, right?
Oh yeah.
But as your father, like, it's being posting and he's being recognized, do you expect this to go this way, or it was just like going to be a one-time thing? And
I didn't expect it. I thought it was just going to be a phase, and he was just going to be doing it for a few months. And then like, because when he hit 10K, I was like, no way. Like, I was like, okay, but it's probably going to stop here. This is the highest it's going to go. He's not going to hit anymore. On TikTok now, he's almost to like 200K. And then here on Instagram, he's like 150K.
And verified.
And
verified.
No, that was the craziest thing, was the verification, because, you know, after there were probably about 20 news articles written about us in India, you know, there's a kid that contacted us when I had about 40,000 followers. Maybe it was 30,000 followers or something like that. But he contacted me and he said, I'm a college student in India and I'm studying computer science. And he said, I would like to kind of manage you or help you because I live in India. I know what's popular. I know what's trending. And he says, and being a computer science major, I like to study algorithms. I like to study what the hashtags are and that type of stuff. So he does a lot of research on that stuff.
Right.
And so I said, okay, fine. Let's sit down and have a little talk. And so we got on a Zoom call and we talked back and forth. And so about 2 weeks ago, I would say about 2 weeks ago, he started giving us, we were about, I would say about 50K or something like that.
Started like averaging like 1 million views on most of our videos.
And so he started giving us songs to do, and he started writing our descriptions with the hashtags because he's like, I know who to hashtag on these dances. I know, the people, the right people to get tagged and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, cool, So his handle is it's _quite_simple. And he's been kind of managing us. He's sort of our inside guy in India, right? So he's been kind of feeding us the dances to do. So every night he goes, okay, so for tomorrow, this is the one you need to do. Tomorrow, this is the one, and this is the hashtags. And I'm like, okay. So it's been kind of nice that way because we don't have to really think a whole lot about it. But you start to see patterns,
right?
Because people request all the time, and you start to see the same things over and over and over.
Yeah.
And so we've got a ton of content or a ton of songs and possible dances on a list, and it's just a matter of when those are going to happen.
That's right. That's why I was like, so now you have a branch in India, so you're going to have start opening branch all around the world,
Right.
That's good because the language was kind of barrier, I guess, like you don't know which song is, who's the actors are, who's the dancer, who's the singer. There's a lot of things to process. You just found a song, you just play it, you dance along. But it's good to have some help so you can have the background of the songs, you could get more understanding. And
right.
Also I have a special request as well. I would like you guys to do some Tamil songs as well for our Tamil fans, because you do have a lot of Tamil fans as well.
We do. I do quite a bit of, I've done quite a few on TikTok. And so I think eventually we're going to get more like Southern, India and other parts of India, because there's a lot of different culture dances in India, and we're definitely going to start hitting them all. It's just a matter of when. And I'll definitely request to say, hey, let's do some, is it Tamil?
Tamil, yes.
Tamil songs. We can do that. My daughter and I did one. I think it's in our reel where we kind of do this little thing, and I think that's a Tamil song.
Right.
And it's just her and I. But that was one that we did in TikTok, and then I just reposted it.
Reposted it, okay.
So, it is kind of nice that he kind of translates. We said we want our content to be family friendly. We don't want anything like degrading or anything. And we don't know a ton about the Indian culture other than what we're learning in the dances. But what we know of and what I've seen is they're pretty conservative people.
Yeah.
And, I think maybe in American music, they get a little cruder than maybe what Indian music would be, but I'm sure there's some music over there that you wouldn't want your kids listening to.
Listen to it, yes. It's all about they play always with the double meaning words and those romance songs. Usually they like that, but it's good to understand before what kind of songs you do. But so far, you guys been doing really well, so there's no anything to go wrong down there. So it's absolutely fine. But I also want to know, like, if you guys, when you guys preparing the song, do you guys actually watch the music video, or do you guys come up with the on move or
music video?
Yeah, we watched the music video. Like today's dance we did. I don't know if you saw it before you got on. We just posted one around 8:00 today. And we, like the last couple of them, we pull up the Bollywood video of the dancers and the singers doing that dance, and we find a section of the video that we want to do, and we learn that 20 seconds or whatever it might be, and we just play the video over and over and over again at half speed, at whatever. And so we get the movements and then we speed it up. And so we work on it for about, 20, 30 minutes and then we hit record and do it.
Okay. It's not like you don't go days. It's just on the day. You practice for half an hour and then shoot the video. That's awesome. That's awesome to see. Like how much this whole social media plus the dance and recording video took over your daily life routine, you would say, because this is a big change in your life, but how do it affected your daily routine?
Usually until this last week, I would come home at 5:30 because I go to work at 6:30. I leave the house at 6:30 in the morning and I get home at 5:30 at night. And then we usually then, right when I walk in the door, I'm like, okay, what are we doing for today? Or I'm like, okay, let's work on this. And so my wife just started college again. And so she's taking classes. So she's upstairs doing homework. And so I'm down. So I don't go and bother her. I just stay down here. And usually by 6:30, we usually have the dance recorded. And then I'm pretty much done at that point. I might comment on like the previous day's video, go back through the comments and look at DMs and do all of that stuff while my wife's doing homework. And then sometimes, I'll fix dinner and do that stuff. But it's probably about an hour and a half every night.
Yeah, it's more of like a cool down after a long day. Well, sometimes it's a fire up, but most of the time it's cool down.
Yeah, like today was kind of one of those days where it was a little frustrating and Dallin, I get home and Dallin's in bed asleep and I'm like, what are you doing? We're supposed to do this dance. I got an interview. Come on. We don't have time to mess around. So we got down here and it was a rough start, but we kind of pulled it together.
Because I learned it completely different from how he wanted to do it. And so then I had to like redo it, and then he wanted to like mirror it, and so I had to like learn how to do it opposite of what I was doing. And so then that was a struggle. But then I eventually got it.
Talking about struggle, the one of the dance you guys did, the Rowdy Baby, the one of the it's from Tamil movies as well, which hit 1 billion, I believe.
That was this one where we did. It was like
you both did that dance, the Rowdy Baby song.
Like here.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the song was hit 1 billion. The music video. From the Tamil songs, and it was dance. It was the choreography by one of the best dance director in India. His name is Prabhudeva. He's one of the best dancers down there. So he also choreographed for Tamil, Hindi, and all around the languages in India. So he's well known. And the dance you guys did, usually that step is it looks very simple, but it's pretty hard.
No,
but you guys nailed it. I have to say, you guys actually nailed it.
It was complicated for a little bit, but
we only were able to record that. I think that was the one we recorded like 2 times. Because we filmed a behind the scenes on that one. And it was that one. And then that one that we posted was not our best one. We did not do very good on it because we had to stop because we only got 1 take on that one. And it was because this one right here decided to pull a muscle or whatever doing the dance. And so could not walk or could not dance anymore. So I was like, oh, dang.
So, I went through a period of time where I kind of injured myself a couple of different times. Twisted my ankle once and thought I broke it trying to learn a dance so that we could do it. I was in the kitchen cooking dinner and just practicing while I was cooking, and I twisted my ankle and hit the floor, and I heard a pop, and I thought, oh man, it's like it was where you feel nauseous because like I seriously thought I broke it and it hurt. And so I kind of got up and kind of limped around and walked it off a little bit and then finished learning the dance and came and recorded it, right? And then the show must go on. And then like a few days later, I was trying this Desi shuffle thing, this girl that does these shuffle routines to Indian music.
Right.
And I was learning it and I was just about ready to hit record and I started to do it. and I pulled my calf muscle, and it hurt, and I couldn't do it. So I had to I couldn't record that night. I ended up posting a repost of something that I did previously. And then we were doing that dance that you were talking about, and we got one take, and we were starting to do a second take because we did it and it was okay, but it wasn't our best.
Yeah, and usually what we do is we'll like record like a draft just to kind of like before, just kind of practice, and then we watch it and stuff. And so that one, when I turned to like far, and then I was like, oh, okay, fix that the next recording. There wasn't a next recording.
So the next one that we did the little turn thing, and we came around, and my calf just I pulled it again, and I couldn't. There's no way I could have jumped and did that because it was really kind of a lot of jumping.
A lot of jumps, yeah.
And I was just like, nope, I'm done, and we're just gonna have to post that one. And so we posted that one. I mean, it did okay. But it wasn't like our best that we could have done, I think. But so the last couple of weeks I've been every day at work. When I walk around at work, I'll put my calf up against the wall or whatever, and I've been stretching it every day. So it feels lots better now, but it was hurt for a while.
Wow, but how do you feel now? Is it okay or?
No, it's good now because I've been able to keep it nice and stretched. I keep forgetting I'm not young anymore. You know, I just turned 47, and so my body isn't as young as it used to be. It doesn't move like it used to, but
no, but you're still doing good. That's not old age. So you're still doing pretty good. Trust me. We've been watching a lot of videos, and a lot of people's. That's why you're getting a lot of response. Because you guys doing really good. And it's good to see. One of my questions was going to come next to ask you, did you guys try to do a dance, and then we're like, this is not for us, and you dropped it? Then in a moment, you guys went through some sort of like this?
Yes, but there was a couple of dances ago that I did a dance from a DJ song, and it was a tough one. And I was almost like, I can't do this because there was so much going on in it that I had a hard time figuring out because I had to make that one up myself. And it was really hard for me to figure out what I'm doing because the tempos were different, the beats were different, and it would switch up before. And so it was really tough, but it finally came together, but it was a tough one. It was one of those that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But you like the towel dance that I did?
Yeah.
I tried to get Dallin to do that one with me, and the kids were like, there is no way I'm doing that. I have to go to school, and I'm not doing that routine. And so they're like, Dad, if you do that, don't do that, And
yeah, we begged him not to do that one.
but I did. It was fun. And then of course somebody told me what the lyrics meant, and it was fitting, do what you can, or stay as young as you can. I don't know what it was. Something about you've got 4 days to live, so live life and enjoy it or something like that. I don't know.
So it's kind of live the moment basically. So you kind of did it.
Yeah. So it was like, that was perfect. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome to hear. But that's what I see it like. No matter how hard the song is or the moves is, you're not giving up. You want to try as much as you can to get it out there.
Yeah.
But, which leads to my next question. Like, if you're not doing this, like, this whole dance thing, what do you think you would be doing right now? Do you have any other hobbies that you like to share?
I would probably come home and honestly I would most likely be vegging in front of the television and just taking it easy, because when I come home from work, the last thing I wanted to do was like do more work or something. I used to go to work for 10 hours a day and come home and do freelance work and work on the computer and do more design. But that slowed way down because I couldn't do it. Work 10 hours every day and come home, my brain was fried. So the dance actually, it's been very therapeutic and kind of stress relieving most times, right? Sometimes like Dallin said, we get on each other's nerves. The kids, I get on their nerves because some days they're just not in the mood. And you know, sometimes you feel the pressure of I've got to put something out today because you know people are expecting it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how many people have said, "I love watching your videos first thing in the morning. It just makes my day."
So you don't want to disappoint them.
So it's hard to just do another one because I feel like that I'll disappoint them and it'll, you know.
Exactly, yeah. But these things were all the questions you answered right now, because a lot of people, they don't know what you're actually going through behind the scenes, you know, right? They just think, oh, they're just making a video and it's posted. You don't know how much hard work goes through it. You don't know how much family issues there is, and you know, you have to, like when you were talking about your wife, how she's keeping up with this. I know she joined in one of the dance, right? You
hit 1 million views.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's like 70,000 likes. And so I'm telling her she's got to get ready to do another one this weekend because her fans want more, you know? And so it's
What was
exciting.
her response to that?
What'd she tell you?
She goes like this. She goes, "No, I'm TikTok famous now. I don't need to do it anymore." And then started laughing.
So, you know, I think she's warming up to it a little bit. I think she was like the kids. She thought it was just going to be a phase that I'd go through and I'd be done with it.
Even our aunt thought it was going to be a phase. Like, she came over to visit one time and he was at like 100K. And then we were all like, "Oh yeah, he just hit 100K. She goes, "He still does that? I thought it was just a phase."
So, you know, it's been good. And I think she's coming around and hopefully she'll do more. We used to dance all the time when we were in college. When we first met, we would dance. We would probably go to 3 dances a week, and we'd hit the Western swing dance clubs, and we would 2-step and swing and dual. I mean, she's a great dancer, and so I'm hoping that we can get her on more videos.
We are expecting that as a family dance. You know, we're looking forward to that. So the dance thing is not something came in now. It's been there for, you know, mostly all of your life, right?
Yeah, dancing is something, like I said, it's been a big part of my life. And every one of the kids, they basically picked up
on their entire lives.
Yeah, they've danced a lot, or I've danced off and on throughout their growing up. And then we got them the Wii with that dance, Just Dance or whatever. Yeah. And they would play that for hours, and they would dance for hours on that stuff and master those things. And they would challenge me to those dances, and so we would dance to them. And it was a workout, but that's probably where they got a lot of their rhythm from.
Well, that is pretty good. That's pretty awesome to see you guys like this. It's I believe this is also like kind of create a more bond even when you guys go back to this. Like,
yeah, and you know, I keep telling the kids, when I'm 80, we're going to look back and say, "Hey, Dad, remember when you were famous on Instagram?" You know, it's going to be one of those things that we're going to look back and just laugh at probably. And hopefully it's not one of those things that the videos go away, but like the grandkids and, you know, all of them can see, hey, Grandpa used to dance, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be kind of funny. I mean, I'm a ways away from being a grandpa, don't get me wrong, but
that was my next question to ask you. What do you see next in this journey that you has just started? What are you expecting in the future? I know this started without expecting anything. It was just going to be a fun thing. But
yeah.
Look at you now, right now. Look at you guys actually. Where it started as a small joke, but it's ended up being worldwide famous, I would say, actually. And where do you guys see next?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, we tell everybody, and we do have a YouTube channel,
right?
And I have one, but I haven't posted anything yet. We've made a few videos. Dallin edited it, and tomorrow I'm gonna take some time and we're gonna post the first video. I promise it's going up tomorrow. But
have to get it up.
What we want to do in that YouTube channel is everybody sees the final video. They see the finished product. But what we want to do is behind the scenes. So what does it take to get to that final piece, right?
Yes.
So from the whole process, from us, we got to dance, we look it up on YouTube, or we find the thing and we work on it, we practice it, and then we mess up a bunch of times, we get frustrated with each other, we yell at each other, we say, okay, we're gonna film now, so smile and act like you're having fun, right?
Well, yeah.
And so hopefully we don't lose fans because they're going to see how it really is behind the scenes. but everybody sees the final thing, and I think it'd be fun for them to actually see what happens.
Originally, we would be like, we're not going to edit it. We're just going to post it raw. And they're going to see everything. But then
2 hours of footage.
2 hours of footage. They're not going to watch it.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch it. I would definitely watch it. I want to see what's going on actually behind the scenes, because I've been watching your videos. Is all like, it's easy to people to say, that's easy. When we watch some dancers do on stage, we sit out on the couch and we just watch them. We be like, that's easy, Dan. I can do easy, So probably a lot of people think about you like that. Probably, you guys doing easy. But seeing those behind the scene, people would truly understand how much hard work you guys putting through in. Thank you so much for giving me this time. I know you guys are very busy. I'm happy I got hold of you guys, because it's sometimes it's very difficult to get a guest, and sometimes if for first time we message them DM, they don't get our messages and stuff. But I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for responding and answering, and you guys almost spent 50 minutes with me, which is really awesome. I'm looking forward to more videos, and please don't give up, keep on going, and you guys rocking. That's awesome. And I can't wait to see your family performance, everyone in. I'm waiting for that video too. And thank you so much, Dylan, for you as well, for giving your time and joining in. Thank you for bringing your dad into this, even though it's backfired, but in a good way. Yeah.
Well, no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time and letting us give it, talk to you a little bit. It's always kind of fun to talk to other people and get more information about what we're trying to do. And I'm glad people like it, and we want to be very respectful, and I'm glad that people aren't upset that we're trying their culture, and it's great. I think
definitely not. Yeah.
I would say 98% or 99.8% of the people are very, very positive, and they love it. And we're grateful for that. So thank you so much for your time.
No, definitely. Thank you so much. I once again, thank you for taking your time. I know you had a long day and coming again. Hopefully you guys are off tomorrow so you can rest, or
No, I got an early interview in the morning, so
oh god, this is gonna go on.
And then another one on Sunday. Yeah, it's crazy. So like I said, we're gonna take all the opportunities we can, and
definitely
who knows where it's gonna lead, but we're gonna enjoy the ride while it's going.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining.
Thank you again.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we will get chance again to chat again, and for the future and more in podcasts, and looking forward to.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Good night, guys.
Yeah, you have a nice evening.
Yeah, take care. So that's it, guys, for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was fun to have the dancing dad and his son onto this podcast. It was so much fun. If you guys want the part 2 of this podcast, make sure you leave a comment. I will drop it as soon as possible. And that's it, guys, for this video, and I see you guys on the next.